जय जय राधा कृष्ण युगल मिलन।
जय जय राधा कृष्ण युगल मिलन।
आरती करो वेलली दादी सखी गणा।
आरती करो ए लाली आदि सखी गणा।
मदन मोहन रूप त्रिभंग सुंदर।
मदन मोहन रूप त्रिभंग सुंदर।
पीतांबर शिखी पुच्छ चूड़ा मनोहर।
पीतांबर शिखी पूजा चूड़ा मनोहर।
ललित माधव वामे वृषभानुकन्या।
ललिता माधव वामे वृषभानुकन्या।
सुनीलवसना गौरी रौपे गुणे धन्या।
सुनीलवसना गौरी रौपे गुणे धन्या।
ललिता माधव वामे वृषभानुकन्या।
ललिता माधव वामे वृषभानुकन्या।
सुनीलवसना गौरी रूपे गुणे धन्या। सुनीलवसना गौरी
रूपे गुणे धन्या।
नानाविधालंकार कोरे झलमाला।
नानाविधालंकार कोरे जलमाला।
हरि मनो विमोहन वदन उज्ज्वल।
हरि मनो विमोहन वामना।
विशाखादि सखी गणा नाना राग गाया।
विशाखादि सखी गणा नाना राग गाया।
प्रिय नर्म सखियत चामर ढुलाया।
प्रिय नर्म सखियत चामर ढुलाया।
श्री राधा माधव पद सरसिज आशे।
श्री राधा माधव पद सरसिज आशे।
भक्ति विनोद सखी पदे सुखे भासे।
भक्ति विनोदा सखी पदे सुख भासे।
जय राधा कृष्ण युगल मिलना।
जय राधा कृष्ण युगल मिलना।
आरती करावे लली साधे सखी गाना। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम जय जय राधा कृष्ण युगल मिलना। जय जय राधा कृष्ण
युगल मिलना।
आरती करो वे लली साधी सखी गाना। आरती लली राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। राधा माधव राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे।
राधा माधव राधा माधव
राधा माधव राधे। राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे।
राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे।
राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे।
राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे।
राधा कुंज बिहारी राधा कुंज बिहारी राधा कुंज बिहारी राधे।
राधा कुंज बिहारी राधा कुंज बिहारी राधा कुंज बिहारी राधे।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद।
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री श्री राधा कुंज बिहारी की श्रील प्रभुपाद की समावेत भक्त वृंद की चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Welcome all of you for the 16th chapter. We were discussing about Raghunath Das in 2 classes. Now we are proceeding to the last part of this 16th chapter today, which is 245 to 290 verses. 16th chapter of Madhya Lila, 245 to 290. Lord Chaitanya returning to Jagannath Puri. इहा प्रभु एकत्र करी सब भक्तगण, अद्वैत नित्यानंद आदि यत भक्त जना, सबा आलिंगन करी कहे न गोसाई, सबे आज्ञा देख हमी नीला चले आई।
Meanwhile, at Shantipura, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assembled all his devotees, headed by Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, embraced them all and asked their permission to return to Jagannath Puri.
So, as you remember, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has gone to Shantipur, Sachimata came to meet him, and also Raghunath Das came to meet him there. All those episodes are over now. Now, here, Advaita Acharya Prabhu's home in Shantipur. So Advaita Acharya Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they are all there, and Mahaprabhu is embracing them all and taking leave from them now. Sabara sahitai hamara haila milana,
Sabara sahitai hamara haila milana,
ye varsha niladri keha na kariha gamana,
ye varsha niladri keha na kariha gamana.
Because he had met them all at Shantipura, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested all the devotees not to go to Jagannath Puri that year.
You see, especially if we are in touch with a mentor or superiors with whom we are in repeating type of relationship, it is very important that we have an opportunity to meet them one-to-one. Like when the Bengali Vaishnavas would come to Jagannath Puri, they would meet Mahaprabhu. Eka, like they said, one by one they would meet him personally. Although he would meet them all together also, but there were also occasions when he would meet them one-to-one and hear from them, give them some important instructions. so that they can go back and execute those instructions, like what Nityananda Prabhu Mahaprabhu gave instruction. For Advaita Acharya, he said something. For each of them, he gave instructions from Bengal. So, we had read in an earlier chapter. So, therefore, there should be opportunity for the interaction between a mentor and a mentee together, so that if there is any confusion regarding the instructions given, or if there is any reporting to be done, after which the mentee may want to seek some advice. So that type of meeting is very important. And apart from writing a letter, because certain things cannot be conveyed in a letter, which has to be conveyed personally, one-on-one. But here Mahaprabhu said, anyway, you all used to come to Nilachal for the Rath Yatra, but this year I have come to meet all of you. So you need not come to Jagannath Puri this year. We all got a chance to meet with each other. So here is this is an instruction for all those who are in a mentoring role or an authority role, that the people who are in our custody, who are in our guidance, if we are not able to meet them at all for months together, years together, then the relationship can become thinned, or the relationship can become rusted. There can arise some misunderstandings, and also the certain vital attention needing inputs may not be given at appropriate time. In the life of a mentee, if there is some smoke coming up or a spark coming up, if it is not put off at the right time, then the mentee may go off track. And just like we read in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krida Sakteshu Gopeshu Gavo Duracharini, it is saying, Trinalovena Gahvaram, it is said. So the cows, after the Pralambasar pastime, we hear this in the swallowing of the forest fire chapter in 10th canto. So as there it is said, Krida Satyeshu Gopeshu, the cowherd boys became busy with their play with Krishna. So the cows became unattended, and they went far away into a dangerous place. In the same manner, sometimes the mentees are not paid attention, and the mentees may go off track, and then they may get lost. Later on, the mentor may lament. So therefore, it is very important that there has to be a interaction, some personal interaction. Like Sarva Mahaprabhu says that, I have met all of you devotees here in Shantipur. So every year you used to come to meet me. Now this year you need not come, because I have personally met you all here, like that he says. So as far as the Lord and his associates are concerned, they are all pure devotees, and there is no question of any deviation. But the meeting is necessary for exchanging ecstatic moments in each other's association. So Mahaprabhu, even at that stage, is emphasizing the need for associating with the devotees and relishing Krishna consciousness. Taha haite avashyami vrindavanayava Sabe agnya deha tave nirvighne asiva.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I shall certainly go to Vrindavana from Jagannath Puri. If all of you give me permission, I shall return here again without difficulty.
Actually, those who are true spiritualists, they know that, everything doesn't happen by our endeavor. Actually, they know the importance of seeking blessings from the Vaishnavas for executing any project very successfully. And they also depend on the Lord, who is constantly a witness from the top. He is watching us. The Lord, who are we? What are our thought process? Where are we going? What is our motivation? Why are we doing what we are doing? Are we motivated by sense gratification? Are we motivated by loving service? And the Lord knows what is best for us. We are very short-sighted in our life. We don't know the past or the future. So, therefore, a devotee always puts himself in the loving arms of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, and Lord, do what is best for me, what is good for me. I am dependent on you. So, the devotees depend on the other devotees as well as the Lord, both. Lord is in a far superior position, and devotees are in a friendly position. But the devotees are all very dear to the heart of the Lord. Therefore, a devotee, whenever a devotee does anything wonderful, he always seeks blessings of other devotees, permission of other devotees. And also after having done the thing, then one shares with the devotees, because the devotees are the real friends of the devotees. Matara charane dhari bahu vinaya karila.
Matara charane dhari bahu vinaya karila.
Vrindavana yaite tara agya laila.
Vrindavana yaite tara agya laila.
Yeah.
Clasping the feet of his mother, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly requested her permission. Thus, she gave him leave to go to Vrindavan.
You see, these are all sentiments and etiquettes which many times we may not know the importance of following due to lack of Vaishnava etiquettes. Here you can see he's falling at the feet of the mother. Although he is a sannyasi, he can always say that I am renounced, now I am independent sannyasi. What is my connection with my mother? Mother is a superior, and she is actually Yashoda. Yashoda who has come as Sachimata. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. And Krishna wouldn't do anything independent of the mother Yashoda. So, in this way he is asking, seeking her permission. I wish to go to Vrindavan. Please bless me, please permit me. And she gave him permission. Tabe navadvipe tare dila pathaya.
Tabe navadvipe tare dila pathaya.
Niladri charila sange bhakta ganalaya.
Niladri charila sange bhakta ganalaya.
Srimati Sachidevi was sent back to Navadvipa, and the Lord and his devotees started for Jagannath Puri, Niladri.
Sei savalokapate karena sevana.
Sei savalokapate karena sevana.
Sukhe nila chala aila shachiranandana.
Sukhe nila chala aila shachiranandana.
The devotees who accompanied by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rendered all kinds of service on the way to Nilachala, Jagannath Puri. Thus, in great happiness, the Lord returned.
Prabhu asi Jagannath darshana kaila.
Prabhu asi Jagannath darshana kaila.
Mahaprabhu aila grame kolahala haila.
Mahaprabhu aila grame kolahala haila.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived in Jagannath Puri, he visited the temple of the Lord. News then spread all over the city that he had returned.
Anandita Bhaktagana Asiya Milila.
Anandita Bhaktagana Asiya Milila.
Prema Lingana Prabhu Sabare Karila.
Prema Lingana Prabhu Sabare Karila.
All the devotees then came and met the Lord with great happiness. The Lord embraced each of them in great ecstatic love.
Kashi Mishra Ramananda Pradyumna Sarvabhauma.
Kashi Mishra Ramananda Pradyumna Sarvabhauma.
Vaninatha Shiki Adi Yatha Bhaktagana.
Vaninatha Shiki Adi Yatha Bhaktagana.
Kashi Mishra, Ramananda Raya, Pradyumna, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Vaninatha Raya, Siki Mahiti, and all the other devotees met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Gadadhara Pandita Ase Prabhure Milila.
Gadadhara Pandita Ase Prabhure Milila.
Savara Grete Prabhu Kahite Lagila.
Savara Grete Prabhu Kahite Lagila.
Gadadhara Pandita also came and met the Lord. Then, before all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak as follows.
I will talk about his trip. Vrindavana Yavami Gauda Desha Diya.
Vrindavana Yavami Gauda Desha Diya.
Nija Matara Gangara Charana Dekiya.
Matara Gangara Charana Dekiya.
It was my decision to go to Vrindavana through Bengal in order to see my mother and the river Ganges.
Yetamate Kari Kailon Gaudera Gamana.
Yetamate Kari Kailon Gaudera Gamana.
Sahasreka Sange Hela Nija Bhakta Gana.
Sahasreka Sange Hela Nija Bhakta Gana.
Thus, I went to Bengal, but thousands of devotees began to follow me.
Laksha Laksha Loka Aise Kautuke Dekite.
Laksha Laksha Loka Aise Kautuka Dekite.
Lokera Sangate Pata Napari Chalite.
Lokera Sangate Pata Napari Chalite.
Many hundreds of thousands of people came to see me out of curiosity, and due to such a large crowd, I could not travel very freely on the road.
Yatarahi Tata Ghara Prachirahaya Churna.
Yatarahi Tata Ghara Prachirahaya Churna.
यथा नेत्र पड़े तथा लोक देखी पूर्ण.
यथा नेत्र पड़े तथा लोक देखी पूर्ण.
Indeed, the crowd was so large that the house and the boundary walls of the house where I stayed were destroyed, and wherever I looked, I could see only large clouds.
कष्टे सृष्टिये करी गेलान राम केली ग्राम.
कष्टे सृष्टि करी गेला राम केली ग्राम.
अमार थाई आयला रूप सनातन नाम.
अमार थाई आयला रूप सनातन नाम.
With great difficulty, I went to the town of Ramakeli, where I met two brothers named Rupa and Sanatana.
दुई भाई भक्त राजा कृष्ण कृपा पात्र.
दुई भाई भक्त राजा कृष्ण कृपा पात्र.
व्यवहारे राजमंत्री हय राजपात्र.
व्यवहारे राजमंत्री हय राजपात्र.
These two brothers are great devotees and suitable recipients of Krishna's mercy. But in their ordinary dealings, they are government officials, ministers to the king.
विद्या भक्ति बुद्धि बले परम प्रवीण.
विद्या भक्ति बुद्धि बले परम प्रवीण.
तबु आपना के माने तृण हैते हीन.
तबु आपना के माने तृण हैते हीन.
Very important verse. We'll repeat again. विद्या भक्ति बुद्धि बले परम प्रवीण.
विद्या भक्ति बुद्धि बले परम प्रवीण.
तबु आपना के माने तृण हैते हीन.
तबु आपना के माने तृण हैते हीन.
Srila, Rupa and Sanatana are very much experienced in education, devotional service, intelligence and strength, yet they think themselves inferior to straw in the street.
Say, who is certifying? Who is certifying?
The Mahaprabhu.
Ah, if it is coming from Mahaprabhu's divine mouth, the glorification of Rupa and Sanatana. He is saying that actually Mahaprabhu said one should be like a straw in the street, humble. And here he is certifying that Rupa and Sanatana were like that. Although they possessed great education, bhakti, vidya, bhakti, bala, buddhi, bala, everything they had. But they were like so humble like straw in the street, he is saying. तारदैन्य देखी सुनी पाषाण विदरे.
तारदैन्य देखी सुनी पाषाण विदरे.
आमी तुष्ट हैया तबे कहिलो दोहारे.
आमी तुष्ट हैया तबे कहिलो दोहारे.
उत्तम हैया हीना करी मान अपनारे.
उत्तम हैया हीना करी मान अपनारे.
अचिरे करीबे कृष्ण तुम्हारे उद्धारे.
अचिरे करीबे कृष्ण तुम्हारे उद्धारे.
Indeed, the humility of these two brothers could even melt stone. Because I was very pleased with their behavior, I told them, although you are both very much exalted, you consider yourselves inferior, and because of this, Krishna will very soon deliver you.
Yeah.
Purport. Such are the qualifications of a pure devotee. Materially, one may be very opulent, experienced, influential, and educated, but if one still thinks himself lower than straw in the street, one attracts the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna. Although Maharaja Prataparudra was a king, he took up a broom to cleanse the road for Lord Jagannatha's Ratha chariot. Because of his humble service, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased with the king, and for that reason the Lord embraced him. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions, a devotee should never be puffed up by material power. He should know that material power is the result of one's past good activities, karma, and is consequently transient. At any moment, all one's material opulence can be finished. Therefore, a devotee is never proud of such opulence. He is always humble and meek, considering himself lower than a piece of straw. Because of this, the devotees are eligible to return home back to Godhead.
Very important. You see, why are we proud in this world? We are proud because of some achievements. Somebody has achieved a big degree in a very premier university, or somebody has a handsome body, or somebody is very wealthy. But he is saying that all these things, okay, you possess, but how long? You know, if you possess for 50 years, 80 years, 100 years, has anybody lived beyond 100? So, in the time span of eternity, our 100 years is simply a flash. So, it's like a jugunu in the night, like a glowworm in the night is shining. When the sun rises in the morning, the glowworm has no more existence. Similarly, our opulences which we may use to show off to other living entities and try to impress them, they are temporary, they are short-lived, And they shine only for a short while. After that, you find that those opulences, the very opulences which were very attractive to the world, those opulences don't remain with us. Like people like Mike Tyson at one time said, nobody can defeat me. But after they become 40, 50, 60, 70, can they say that? Because the strength diminishes after that. Similarly, there were some cinema actors and actresses, very young looking and beautiful looking in their youth. But when they became 50, 60, 70, the body started showing wrinkles and white hair and tooth fell off. That beauty is no more seen. So in this world, the opulences are maybe charming, attractive only for a short while. Eventually people, and then they go away, some new hero, heroine comes, new sportsman comes, new big leader comes. The old leaders are retired and sent to home. And eventually they are retired by old age and sent to graveyard also. Eventually. So one shouldn't be proud of the temporary opulences. That's one way we can give up our pride. Another way we can give up our pride is to understand whatever we possess are all called borrowed plumes. For example, if a crow looks at a peacock and thinks, oh, the peacock looks so elegant with its beautiful peacock feather, it is dancing very nicely. So it borrows some plumes from the peacock and pushes it into his backside. So he also has some few plumes now, 5, 6 plumes, and the crow tries to dance. So our situation is like that only. Krishna has unlimited opulences, like a peacock having a huge plumes. We just borrow a few plumes from the peacock and then we wear and then we possess for a while. And how long the crow can hold them? They fly off from his back. If you just imagine you stick it in the back of your wings, it may, when you fly, it will all fall away. So the opulences which we are holding on, we have borrowed from Krishna and we cannot hold it for a long time. It will all be gone. One by one. So don't be proud of the borrowed plumes, it is said. Yeah. Because anything we possess is given by the Lord. I heard a anecdote. You see, one lady, her husband brought some costly nose ring from abroad. So she was wearing a big nose ring studded with a diamond. And she came and stood in front of all her friends, especially prominently showing her nose. So all her friends are noticed that, hey, what is this shining on your nose? She said, you know what is the cost of this? It's 10 lakh rupees. They said, oh really? Who got it for you? She said, my husband brought it. She said, from abroad. So generally, in such occasions like marriage and parties and all, women sometimes put very nice necklace on their neck or nose ring. They may stand like this, isn't it, to attract other women. So now that poet who is singing this doha, he says that, okay, your husband brought a costly diamond studded nose ring for your nose. You are glorifying that he brought it. But why don't you appreciate God who gave you the nose? If he didn't give you the nose only, where will you wear it? Isn't it? Imagine in the place of nose you have a flat one, how will you wear it? So, in the same manner, we should know that whatever I possess is gifted to me by Krishna. That's the point. Whether I have a bodily beauty or I have a brain, good brain intelligence, I have some capabilities, whatever I possess, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. So this is the second thing. First thing is, anyway, whatever you possess is temporary, it's going to go away. Why are you proud? Second thing is, whatever you possess, it doesn't belong to you in the first place, sir. You have actually borrowed from the Lord. It's all borrowed plumes. You are taking it from Krishna and you are proud of as if you are the owner. Just like one boy was standing in the street outside a building, and suddenly he saw on the road another boy was passing. And then they looked at each other and suddenly they recognized, hey, we are school friends. And immediately the boy came running to me, hey, come on, you are here. And he said, yes, how are you doing? Yeah, these days we are meeting after 10 years. So now they both were 25, 30 years now. They were friends in 12 when they were 12 or 13 years old. The elementary school, high school, they studied together. So the friend was wishing him. So friend looked at the house and said, hey, you seem to be living in a big bungalow. And his friend smiled, yes. And his friend took a car key and he was showing like this. And the other friend asked, hey, you have a Benz car, it seems? Yes, of course I do have, he said. It's wonderful. Then the friend said, anyway, I was walking to the station. Bring your car, let's go together, he said. And the friend said, I can bring the car, only I have to check with my boss whether he will need what time he will need me. Because he may ask me to come anytime. He told me to be around anytime. Then this friend understood, who is he? He is only driver. He is standing in front of a very beautiful house and standing right next to a big Benz car, but he is only a driver. Similarly, we also possess beautiful house, car, but nothing belongs to us. We may, just because you have a Benz car key doesn't make you owner of the car, or maybe a driver also. So we are like that only. We are taking from Krishna and showing it, hey, look at me, what I am having. So what we possess is not ours. We are only custodians of Krishna's gifts. Custodian means you are allowed to possess it and give it back to Krishna. We can't claim that it is mine. So that is the second reason we are not proud. And another reason why we are not proud, we are called as Balagra Shatabhagasya Shatada Kalpitasya Cha. We are only 1/10,000th of the tip of a hair tip. Just try to see hair tip only, we cannot see how big it is, very small it is. And if you divide it to 1/10,000th of that, you can't even see with eyes. So insignificant we are. If somebody calls me, hey, Prabhu, you are very insignificant, Prabhu, I don't care for you. You would say, yes, Prabhu, you are right. Why? Because I am Balagra Shatabhagasya. So if even a tiny kid becomes angry, what? You call me insignificant? Isn't it? So we are insignificant. Whether you are seated in an elephant's body or you are seated in an amoeba's body, our Atma's size in this world is, 1/10th of the tip of the hand. So being very small, why should I be proud? There is no reason to be proud. And so I am insignificant. If somebody calls me insignificant or somebody neglects me, I can easily understand he neglected me because I am too small. So he neglected me. So we don't care about it. We don't become bogged by false ego. False ego means it inflates. When false ego is inflated, then it makes us think I am very big, just like a drunkard. After drinking, he thinks I am a Superman. If a small kid comes and just slaps him, he will fall on the ground. He has no strength, but he only imagines like that. Foolishness it is. So let us not imagine ourselves to be very big. Let us know that we are only very insignificant. That's another thing we can understand, that I am a very puny jiva. God is great and jiva is small. So in this way we can understand there is no reason for me to be proud because I am very tiny. I am very insignificant. Is it? Anu and Vibhu. I am Anu and Lord is Vibhu. We can think like that, yeah. And another reason we are not very proud is, actually in this world all people will see that there are people inferior to me, there are people superior to me. And all of us are in a state where there are always people better than us. So if I am feeling proud, then whom should I see? Superior. If I see people bigger than me, like for example, I have memorized the 5 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita and I am very proud. And then you find another devotee comes, he has memorized all 700. Whole Bhagavad Gita I can repeat. When I see him, will I be proud? No. That is the point. So one should not think, I am the most knowledgeable, I am the best informed. No. There are better people than us. There are people more handsome than us. There are people more intelligent than us. There are people more wealthy than us. There are people more renounced than us. There are people more famous than us. Otherwise, we may be thinking that I am this, I am that. No. Look at people better than you, then we will not be proud. This is another way to curb our pride. And another reason why we can avoid being proud is, pride is a dangerous road. People who became proud, especially in the Vaishnava line, if you become proud, that has always led to disasters. Indra became proud of his opulence and he became bereft of all opulence by offending his spiritual master, Brihaspati. You find Daksha Prajapati became proud of his opulence of beauty and being a Prajapati, offended Shiva and got a goat head. You will see that subsequently. Ramaharshana Sutta was very proud of his scholarly aptitude and being a disciple of Vedavyasa. When Balram came, he did not get up, and Balram took a grass and touched on his head. On the spot, he was finished. Brahma Sutta. You will see that. So, and we can add more and more examples. So, our Saubhari Muni was very proud. He cursed Garuda. And then because of that offense, he fell down from his status as a yogi, and then he married 50 daughters of Mandata, and it took him a long time to come back to Krishna. To take to devotional service. It took him. Durvasa Muni was very proud. I am a great yogi. I sleep in the bank of rivers. I live in the caves. And look at this Grihastha king, Ambarish. He is married. He has kingdom. He is simply attached householder. He is not a Vishnu Bhakta. I am great Vishnu Bhakta. He was thinking like that. Because of that pride, he misbehaved with the king by cursing him. Result, he had to flee for his life from Sudarshan Chakra. At last his life was saved by Ambarish only. He had to shamelessly fall at the feet of the same person whom he offended. Is it not true? So, in this world, pride has never produced any good. It has only produced great disasters. So, Indra became very proud of his post and the Indra Puja he was receiving from the Vijayabasis. And the result is, he ended up committing a great blunder in throwing down such devastating waters on Lord's most intimate devotees. And he tried to kill them all, but then Krishna lifted Govardhan and protected them. And Krishna really thoroughly humiliated him by lifting the Govardhan hill. Indra could not even shake one of the grasses on the top of Govardhan. What to speak of a tree or Vijayabasis. He just couldn't touch them, although he was determined. All Devatas must have been watching. Look at poor Indra, what is he struggling, he is unable to do anything. Lord thwarted all his attempts and thoroughly humiliated him. And he had to come down and put his mukut in the feet of Krishna and say, my Lord, I resign from my post. And Lord said, no need to resign. You give up your pride and continue your service, Lord said. So in this way, pride, if you ask me another 10 examples, we can quote. But the point is this, pride has never done any good. Even Kuntumanan is telling, Janma Ishwar Yashuta Shribir Edamana Madapuman Naivar Hatya Vidhatum Vaitvam Akinchana Gocharam. She is telling, my dear Lord, those who possess high birth and great opulence of wealth, and those who possess great learning and bodily beauty, they all become proud. Nalakur Manigriv had beauty and they were demigods, they became proud. Isn't it? Similarly, they were wealthy, they became very proud. There was one Vidyadhara who was very handsome. So he looked at one Rishi who was having body bent and curved in many places. So he ridiculed at him and so he became a snake. Actually, the sage told him, I only have bend in 8 places. You will be a snake, we will have multiple bends. You become a snake, So, in this way, Brahmanas, Yajnik Brahmanas were very proud of their birth. But then they ignored Krishna when Krishna came and had to cut a sorry figure. Yajnik Brahmans. But their Yajnik Brahmanas' wives were great devotees of Krishna. They attained all perfection. Yeah. In this way, this is the way Ravana had a Sona Lanka, which is full of gold. But the gold intoxicated him to chase after even other men's wives shamelessly. So therefore, if somebody possesses these opulences and still not proud, one should know that they have received Lord's mercy. And Rup Sanatan were in that category of possessing everything but completely humble. I heard from my spiritual master once, he used to say about Rup Sanatan elaborately. He said that when they became Home Minister and Finance Minister, they were given elevated seats in the Rajya Sabha of Nawab Zain Shah. They'd be sitting. And all the Panditas from different parts of the country would come. And unless their books are approved by Rup Sanatan, nobody can publish them. Nobody can print them. Not only that, when many people would come, learned scholars, so the Rup Sanatan had arranged accommodation for them in quarters. He would arrange for their prasadam accommodation. He would deal with them very politely, very respectfully, very kindly, friendly to all, loved by all. And therefore the king was very fond of them. Because they were practically running the whole kingdom of Nawab Zain Shah. Nawab Zain Shah did not worry at all. They were very great expert. Both they were skilled on their service front also. And they were very good in personal dealings also. Very humble and meek. So much so that even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is appreciating it from his heart. Somebody, like we say, hearing from horse's mouth. If Mahaprabhu or Krishna says, oh, I am touched by those people, means they are not ordinary people. They are not ordinary people, very powerful devotees. Etakahi yabe vidaya tare dila. Gamana kala sanatana praheli kahila. Yara sange hayayi loka laksha koti. Vrindavana yaivara ye nahe paripati.
After speaking to them in this way, I bade them farewell. As I was leaving, Sanatana told me it is not appropriate for one to be followed by a crowd of thousands when going to Vrindavana.
Prabhu ami sunilo matra na kailo avadhana. Prate chali ayilana. Prate chali ayilana kanayira natashala grama.
Although I heard this, I did not pay it any attention, and in the morning I went to the place named Kanai Natashala.
Yeah. Ratrikale mane ami vichara karila. Sanatana more kiva praheli kahila.
At night, however, I considered what Sanatana had told me.
Bhalata kahila mora yeta loka sange. Loka dekhi kahive more yahi ek dange.
I decided that Sanatana had spoken very well. I was certainly being followed by a large crowd, and when people would see so many men, they would surely rebuke me, saying, here is another impostor.
Durlabha Durgama se nirjana vrindavana. Ekaki aiva kiva sange ekajana.
I then began to consider that Vrindavana is a solitary
Very
place.
solitary. Very
It's a
solitary.
very solid place.
Solitary place.
It is invincible and very difficult to attain. I therefore decided to go there alone or at the most with only one person.
So, one important point is mentioned here, that when you are going to Dham and other places, when you take a very huge crowd of people, there may be difficulty in arranging their accommodation, arranging prasad, and that is one thing. Organization takes precedence, and then the moving from one place to another may be troublesome. At the same time, we are going to holy place for awakening our prayerful mood and the loving relationship with the Lord, to chant the holy name, to speak or hear the katha, and for spiritual absorption. Those are all confidential places in Vrindavan. But going with a big crowd of people, children, women, old men, and a lot of people, everybody, like that. Sometimes not all people may be coming for the purpose of developing a prayerful mood in the Dham. People come with various motives. So sometimes in such a type of trip, our goals may not be attained. And bringing a very big crowd of people, and also other people become envious. And people ask, hey, who is this person? Who is bringing so many people? Who are these people with him? Why are they putting so much faith in him? Is he very great? Let me see how is he great. Let me find out what faults are in him. Let me publicize the faults in him. The more you become popular in the world, you also get enemies. You get enemies. So one has to be very careful in execution of devotion service, not to get into political fights. The people, we are living in this material world where always there are both type of elements. There are envious elements and there are good souls also. So, in case you go to Vrindavan with this 3-4 people, nobody is going to take notice of you. You can actually be free from all upadhis, and you can go to Radhakund, you can go to, Govardhan, Govindakund, sit there, you can chant for a while, You can offer prayers, you can sing Vaishnava songs. You can actually adopt the mood of Saranagati very nicely. Just go with a small bunch of devotees, you can do kirtan with them, sit in a circle with 4 or 5 devotees and take prasadam with them. And it can be a very spiritually absorbing experience for us. But going with a very huge crowd of people could be troublesome, and that too it was a Mughal period. In Mughal period, if you are going to such a big yatra and everything, some of the Mughal kings may become alarmed. Hey, this sannyasi has too many following. Who is this fellow? If he has so much of, public validation and popularity, he may become a threat for us tomorrow. Because the foolish kings may think he may become a threat. What threat is Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu only threat is he will deliver you from material life, send you back to Godhead. That's the only thing. But foolish people may think that this great Swamiji, he is so powerful. He may tell the people to, defeat us and take over my power. Just like Indra was foolishly thinking, Prithu Maharaj may take over my post. Actually, Prithu was performing yajna for the Lord. Is it bad to do yajna? But unfortunately, even in the field of religion, there is competition in this world. So other devotees can become envious also. Other people, who is big, your leader is big or my leader is big. Sometimes people talk such kinds of foolish things. Therefore, when one has to consider whom am I taking. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and then later on Prabhupada, later on our current spiritual masters also put up very big yatras nowadays. But these yatras are well organized, and there is no great threat now like the previous times of Mughal times. There is facility and many accommodations are arranged now, buses are arranged, organization is superb now, very good, prasadam is arranged, provision of facilities are there, and the katha is also happening very well in yatras. Morning they go to see various places, and evening when they come back, get ready and then come and 3-4 hours devotees here and offer lamps. So the association of devotees on a large scale, what is happening now is simply miraculous, and it is all Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that we are able to hold such programs. Sometimes in countries like Russia, Ukraine, Moscow, and such places, when large number of devotees, 10,000, 15,000 devotees gather, and that influence goes to other places. Some people fear that these people, they have a lot of following and they will increase their following. What will happen to our existence? Actually, Krishna consciousness is never a threat to anybody. Krishna conscious devotees are the most harmless people on the planet. They will not even harm an ant also. But because of imagination, like Atmaman Manyate Jagat, they say, which means, the non-devotees are envious of devotees, and they think devotees are envious of us. They think like that. Devotees have no time to be envious of anybody. They are busy in service. So, therefore, one should consider all these factors. If I take a large number of people and go, will it cause some danger? Will it cause some inconvenience? Will it really serve my purpose of observing myself spiritually? So, Mahaprabhu also gave a deep thought to it and said, what Sanatan said is good point. Not to go with such a big crowd of people. Madhavendra Puri Tata Gela Ekeshware
Madhavendra Puri Tata Gela Ekeshware
Dugdadana Chale Krishna Sakshat Dilatare
Dugdadana Chale Krishna Sakshat Dilatare.
Madhavendra Puri went to Vrindavana alone, and Krishna, on the pretext of giving him milk, granted him an audience.
Yes. Badiyar Bajipati Chalilana Tathare
Badiyar Bajipati Chalilana Tathare
Bahu Sangye Vrindavana Gamana na kare
Bahu Sangye Vrindavana Gamana na kare.
I then understood that I was going to Vrindavana like a magician with his show, and this is certainly not good. No one should go to Vrindavana with so many men.
Ekayaiva kiva sange britya ekajana
Ekayaiva kiva sange britya ekajana
Tabese shobhaya vrindavanera gamana.
Tabese shobhaya vrindavanera gamana.
Yeah.
I have therefore resolved to go alone or at the most with one servant. In this way, my journey to Vrindavana will be beautiful.
वृंदावन याव कहाँ एकाकी हया
वृंदावन याव कहाँ एकाकी हया
सैन्य संगे चलियाची डाक भाजाया
सैन्य संगे चलियाची डाक भाजाया.
I thought instead of going to Vrindavana alone, I am going with soldiers and the beating of drums.
देख देख आपना के बले हैलान अस्थिर
देख देख आपना के बली हैलाना अस्थिर
निवृत्त हैया पुनः आयला गंगा तीर
निवृत्त हैया पुनः आयला गंगा तीर.
I therefore said, "Fire upon me," and being very much agitated, I returned to the ranks of the angels.
भक्त गणे राखिया आयनो निज निज स्थाने
भक्त गणे राखिया आयनो निज निज
आमा संगे आयला सबे पांच छये जने
आमा संगे आयला सब पांच जने.
I then left all the devotees there and brought only 5 or 6 persons with me.
As Sanatan said, actually Sanatan is in political position in housing Shaskot, so he knows the situation of the country. Situation. In fact, you all know in Vrindavan, Manmohan temple had many towers, which was broken by one of the envious kings. Radha Govind temple also had many floors, several floors. It was all destroyed. Only little bit is left now. So, when people see, certain groups flourishing, they may think, oh, that religious group is flourishing and our religion is not flourishing. So they may try to pull their leg. So therefore, keeping all this in mind, Sanatan gave advice, Mahaprabhu accepted it now. Nirvigne yebe kaiche yaiva vrindavane
निर्विघ्ने येवे कैसे आए वृंदावने
Save meli yukti deha haya parasane
सबे मेली युक्ति देहा हैया परसन्ने.
Now I wish that you all will be pleased with me and give me good consultation. Tell me how I shall be able to go to Vrindavana without impediment.
Now Mahaprabhu is again consulting Vaishnavas. You all tell me, I want to wish to go to Vrindavan. Now I will not go with the big crowd like the people came from Kuliyagram and that. Now let me go to Vrindavan. You all tell me idea. Gadadhare chadi geno yikho dukha paila
गदाधर छाड़ी गेनो हिखो दुख पाइला
sei hetu Vrindavana yate narila.
से हेतु वृंदावन आए थे नारी.
See, Mahaprabhu is so humble. He not only seeks advice of devotees how to go again to Vrindavan, but he is saying that I hurted the heart of Gadadhar. He is saying, see, I left Gadadhar Pandit here, he became very unhappy. For this reason, I could not go to Vrindavan because Gadadhar Pandit fell unconscious and I didn't care for him. I just turned my face and went away. So Krishna didn't allow me to enter Vrindavan. Like that he says, out of his humility. तबे गदाधर पंडित प्रेमाविष्ट हैया
गदाधर पंडित प्रेमाविष्ट हैया
प्रभु पद धरि कहे विनय करिया.
प्रभु पद धरि कहे विनय करिया.
Being encouraged by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words, Gadadhara Pandita became absorbed in ecstatic love. Immediately, clasping the lotus feet of the Lord, he began to speak with great humility.
Actually, Mahaprabhu's speech is so sweet. It produces ecstatic love in everybody. Here he is praising Gadadhar Pandit that Gadadhar, I didn't obey you. You wanted to come with me. I pushed you to be Kshetra Sannyas follower, and then I discarded you and I went ahead. Krishna didn't let me in Vrindavan. So Gadadhar is feeling ecstatic love. And he is saying now, Tumi yaha yaha rah taha Vrindavana
तुम्ही यहाँ रहा ताहा वृंदावन
taha yamuna ganga sarva tirtha gana.
ताहा यमुना गंगा सर्व तीर्थ गण.
My dear Lord, wherever you put your feet, that place is Vrindavan. Wherever you are living, that place becomes Vrindavan. And in that particular holy place, wherever you are, Ganga, Yamuna, all the tirthas come and assemble. That is your purity and greatness. Tab Vrindavana yah loka shikhayite
वृंदावन यहाँ लोक सिखाईते
सेत करिबे तुम्हार यही लय चिते.
Say the karibe kamar, yahi laya chitaye. Although wherever you stay is Vrindavana, you will still go to Vrindavana just to instruct people. Otherwise, you will do whatever you think best.
Yeah.
But it was not essential for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavana, for wherever he stayed was immediately converted to Vrindavana. Indeed, at that place were also the river Ganges, the river Yamuna, and all other places of pilgrimage.
Because Ganga flows from Krishna's lotus feet only.
This was also expressed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself when he danced in the Ratha Yatra. At that time, he said that his very mind was Vrindavana.
Moramana Vrindavana.
Yeah. Because his mind was Vrindavana, all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna were taking place within himself. Nonetheless, just to teach people, he visited Bhavama Vrindavana. Vrindavana Dhama in this material world. In this way, the Lord instructed everyone to visit Vrindavana Dhama, which is a very holy place.
Yeah.
Materialists consider Vrindavana Dhama an unclean city because there are many monkeys and dogs there, and along the bank of the Yamuna there is refuge. Some time ago, a materialistic man asked me, "Why are you living in Vrindavana? Why have you selected such a dirty place to live after retiring?" Such a person cannot understand that the earthly Vrindavana Dhama is always a representation of the original Vrindavana Dhama. Consequently, Vrindavana Dhama is as worshipable as Lord Krishna. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha
Tanayas Taddama Vrindavana.
According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy, Lord Sri Krishna and his abode, Vrindavana, are equally worshipable. Sometimes, materialistic people who have no spiritual understanding go to Vrindavana as tourists. One who goes to Vrindavana with such materialistic vision cannot derive any spiritual benefit. Such a person is not convinced that Krishna and Vrindavana are identical. Since they are identical, Vrindavana is as worshipable as Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's vision, Moramana Vrindavana, is different from the vision of an ordinary materialistic person. At the Ratha Yatra festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, absorbed in the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, dragged Lord Krishna back to Vrindavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke of this in the verses beginning
Agushchate nalrinava padaragindam Yogeshwarair vichintya agada bodhaihi Samsara kupapatito taranavalam Geham jusham Geham, you will see that was beautiful verse. Oh, sorry. Geham jusham api manasi udiyat sadanaha. They are praying, gopis are praying. Dear Lord, read that.
Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may also be awakened within our hearts. Although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs.
Like that they were humbly presenting gopis. Ahushyate nalnam sapadaravintam. Like that. So Mahaprabhu was absorbed in ecstasy, praying that in the mood of Radharani. My dear Lord, we are all rustic girls, attending to the children, attending to the cows and calves, doing the household chores, working in the fields. We belong to a Vaishya community. We are simple women. We are not great rishis living in the forest and meditating on you. Lord in the heart, nor are we very learned in the Vedic literature, but still we have a very great greed to attain your lotus feet. So this kind of humble presentation of the gopis really charms the heart of Krishna. And then this is a famous verse. Yasyatma buddhir gunapeti dhatuke swadi kalatra rishubhoma ijjadi yattirtha buddhis salilena karhisit janeshva vigyenshu sayeva gokaraha.
A human being who identifies the body made of three elements with his self, who considers the byproducts of the body to be his kinsman, who considers the land of birth as worshipable, and who goes to a place of pilgrimage simply to take a bath rather than meet men of transcendental knowledge, that is to be considered like an ass or a crow.
As or a cow. So this was called bodily consciousness verse. Somebody identifying with his body, I am a Brahmana, I am learned and things like that. I am fair, I am rich and things like that. Also when he considers my birthplace is very special because I am born here. That type of pride. Or he goes to pilgrimage places for only sightseeing and not for not for spiritual advancement. They are compared to animals only.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally renovated Vrindavana Dhama and advised his chief disciples Rupa and Sanatana to develop it and open it to attract the spiritual vision of the general populace. At present, there are about 5,000 temples in Vrindavana, and still our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is constructing a huge, magnificent temple for the worship of Lord Krishna and Lord Balarama, along with Radha Krishna and Guru Gauranga. Since there is no prominent Krishna Balarama temple in Vrindavana, we are attempting to construct one so that people will be attracted to Krishna Balarama or Nitai Gaura Chandra. Vrajendra Nandana A. Sachi Sutta Haila Se. Narottama Dasa Thakura says that Balarama and the son of Maharaja Nanda have advented themselves as Gaura Nitai. To propagate this fundamental principle, we are establishing a Krishna Balarama temple to broadcast to the world that worship of Gaura Nitai is the same as worship of Krishna Balarama. Although it is very difficult to enter into the Radha Krishna pastimes, most of the devotees of Vrindavana are attracted to the Radha Krishna Lila. However, since Nitai Gaurachandra are direct incarnations of Balarama and Krishna, we can be directly in touch with Lord Balarama and Lord Krishna through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu.
Correct.
Those who are highly elevated in Krishna consciousness can enter into the pastimes of Radha Krishna through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu is a combination of Radha and Krishna. Sometimes materialists, forgetting the pastimes of Radha and Krishna Balarama, go to Vrindavana, accept the land's spiritual facilities and engage in material activity. This is against the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Like somebody goes to do business in Vrindavan. They think, oh, lot of pilgrims are coming. I'll build a very nice housing colony here and rent it out. I think I can make a good profit through that. Or somebody starts a business there so that they can sell things to the pilgrims. Thousands are coming. So in this way, one forgets the goal of going to the Dham and then sees the Dham as a like Kamadino. It can produce profits for me.
The Prakrita Sahajiyas proclaim themselves Vrajavasis or Dhamavasis, but they are mainly engaged in sense gratification. Thus, they become more and more implicated in the materialistic way of life. Those who are pure devotees in Krishna consciousness condemn their activities. The eternal Vrajavasis like Swarupa Dhamodara did not even come to Vrindavana Dhama. Sri Pundarika Vidyanidhi, Sri Haridas Thakura, Srivasa Pandita, Sivananda Sena, Sri Ramananda Raya, Sri Shiki Mahiti, Sri Madhavi Devi and Sri Gadadhara Pandita Goswami never visited Vrindavana Dhama. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura points out that we have no authorized document stating that these exalted personalities visited Vrindavana. Nonetheless, we find many non-devotees, Mayavadi sannyasis, Prakrita Sahajiyas, fruity workers, mental speculators, and many others with material motives going to Vrindavana to live. Many of these people go there to solve their economic problems by becoming beggars. Although anyone living in Vrindavana somehow or other is benefited, the real Vrindavana is appreciated only by a pure devotee. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, when one has purified eyes, he can see that Sri Vrindavana and the original Goloka Vrindavana planet in the spiritual sky are identical. Srila Narottama Das Thakura, Srinivasa Acharya, Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji Maharaj, Sri Bhagavan Dasa Babaji Maharaja and Srila Gaura Kishora Dasa Babaji Maharaja and later Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakura of Calcutta always engaged in Nama Vajana and certainly did not live anywhere but Vrindavana. Presently, the members of the Hare Krishna movement throughout the world live in materially opulent cities such as London, New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Moscow, Zurich and Stockholm. However, we are satisfied with following in the footsteps of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura and other acharyas. Because we live in the temples of Radha Krishna and continuously hold Harinama Sankirtana, the chanting of Hare Krishna, we consequently live in Vrindavana and nowhere else. We are also following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by attempting to construct a temple in Vrindavana for our disciples throughout the world to visit.
So it's a very important purport, very elaborate purport. So I will show you a summary of this. because it's very important to remember this. What is the verse number?
282.
So I'll show you this 2.8 summary. See, this is the picture of the this thing. Yeah, the queens coming from the palace, and then they're giving send off to Mahaprabhu. This is a picture of who is falling. Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit sees the Mahaprabhu is living in a boat. He is falling unconscious. So, now what is the verse number?
282.
Okay, just a minute. I'll show you the summary of this verse. Yeah, here. Tabu Vrindavanayah Loka Shikaite Saita Karibe Tumare Yahi Layachite. Although wherever you stay in Vrindavan, you will still go to Vrindavan just instruct people. Otherwise, you will do whatever you think is best, like the Gadadhar Pandit said. And then Prabhupada elaborates on this. Yeah. Purport. External vision is dirty monkeys, dogs unclean. Then he says, Aradhya Bhagavan Ristani Tadam Davanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes Ahushate Nilanam Pradavindam and the bodily consciousness. Mahaprabhu told the Rup Sanatan to develop it. And then when develop the Krishna Balram temple, worship of Gaur-Nitai, same as worship of Krishna Balram. And then forgetting spiritual facilities and engaging in material activities in Dham is against Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings as Sahaja. Even eternal devotees like Swarup Dham or the Puntik within Haridas Thakur, Shivas Pandit, Shivanand Sen, they are all intimate associates of Mahaprabhu. None of them have gone to Vrindavan. There is no record. On the other hand, non-devotee Mayavadis, they have been to Vrindavan. This is about going to Vrindavan. And this is about vision of Vrindavan. So first part is about vision he talks. Don't see materially, see spiritually. Second thing is on going to Vrindavan. Great souls didn't go. So, and then third part he is talking about great souls lived in Vrindavan, Acharyas. And we are also following the Acharyas. So we are also living in Radhakrishna temples, in the holy place, and we hold Harinam Sankirtan continuously. And because Mahaprabhu told the Rup Sanatan and all to construct temples in Vrindavan, stay in the temples and do Harinam Sankirtan, and then propagate Krishna consciousness. And we are doing the same thing, Prabhupada says. Okay, now we proceed further. Yai agya ila Prabhu varshar chari masa.
Yai agya ila Prabhu varshar chari masa.
Yai chari masa karya nila chale vasa.
Yai chari masa karya nila chale vasa. Taking this opportunity, Gadadhara Pandita said, thus, just now the 4 months of the rainy season have begun. You should therefore spend the next 4 months in Jagannath.
That means don't go to Vrindavan now. And that's a good solid reason now. In rainy season, saintly people don't travel. So he says, Pache sahi achariva yahi tumhara mana.
Pache sahi achariva yahi tumhara mana.
Apana ye chaya chala rah ke kare varana.
Apana ichhaye chala raha ke kare varana. After remaining here for 4 months, you will be free to do as you like. Actually, no one can stop you from going or remaining.
Shuni sab bhakta kahe Prabhu racharane.
Suni sab bhakta kahe Prabhu racharane.
Sabakara icha pandita kaila nivedane.
Sabakara icha pandita kaila nivedane. Upon hearing this statement, the devotees present at Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stated that Gadadhara Pandita had properly presented their
desire. Sabara ichaya Prabhu chari masa rahila.
Sabara ichaya Prabhu chari masa rahila.
Shuniya pratap rudra anandita haila.
Shuniya pratap rudra anandita haila. Being requested by all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed to remain at Jagannath Puri for 4 months. Hearing this, King Prataparudrara became very happy.
Saidana Gadadhara Kaila Nimantrana
Saidina Gadadhara Kaila Nimantrana
Taha Viksha Kaila Prabhu Laya Bhakta Gana
Saha Viksha Kaila Prabhu Laya Bhakta Gana.
That day, Gadadhara Pandita extended an invitation to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord took his lunch at his place with the other devotees.
Vikshate Panditera Sneha Prabhura Swadana
Vikshate Panditera Sneha Prabhura Swadhana
Manushyera Shakti Dui Nayaya Varnana
Manushyera Satyadhui Nayaya Varnana.
No ordinary human being can possibly describe Gadadhara Pandita's affectionate presentation of food or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tasting this food.
यही मत गौर लीला अनंत अपार
यही मत गौर लीला अनंत अपार
संक्षेपे कहिए कहा नाया विस्तार
संक्षेप कहिए कहा नाया विस्तार.
In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performs his pastimes, which are unlimited and unfathomable. Somehow or other, these have briefly been described. It is not possible to describe them elaborately.
सहस्रवदन कहे आपन अनंत
सहस्रवदन कहे आपन अनंत
तब एक लीला रते हो नाही पाए अंत
तब एक लीला रते हो नाही पाए अंत.
Although Lord Anantadeva is always describing the pastimes of the Lord with his thousands of mouths, he cannot reach the end of even one of the Lord's pastimes.
So this pastime of Mahaprabhu eating at the place of Gadadhar Pandit in Tota Gopinath, we have heard in one of our yatras about what is the quality of rice that he made. Such a delightful, just like we are fond of basmati rice for its taste. But what was made, that rice was actually brought by Nityanand Prabhu, given to Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit cooked it. It was so much appreciated. Gadadhar Pandit is very expert in cooking as well as speaking from Bhagavatam, reciting Bhagavatam. So you will find similarly Mahaprabhu is going to the place of the Gadadhar Pandit. Certainly some very loving and sweet exchanges must have happened, similar to what happened between Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhattacharya or Mahaprabhu and Advaitacharya Prabhu. Similar to that here also, although it is not elaborated here by Kaviraj Goswami, one can understand it. Therefore he says, there are so many fine details of the pastime, how wonderful it was. Mahaprabhu was telling, I am keeping little of the prasadam to know how many items you have served me, isn't it? Shaki told that. So many, therefore he is saying there is no, we won't be able to elaborate every detail. Each pastime is so vast. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyara Asha
Shri Rupa Raghunatha Padeyara
Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasa
Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasa.
Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadasa, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps.
Thus then,
and the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, 16th chapter, describing Lord Chaitanya's attempt to go to Vrindavan.
So Mahaprabhu meeting Rup Sanatan and at Ramkeli, that will come in later chapter. Although here Mahaprabhu just mentioned it. So now the 16th chapter got over. In the next class we will read about 17th chapter, Lord traveling to Vrindavan, going to the Jharikanda forest, very interesting chapter. Bhattacharya, how he served Lord Chaitanya, and then Lord Chaitanya staying at Varanasi and delivering Prakashanand Saraswati. Yeah. And Lord arriving at Mathura, his interaction with Sanadiya Brahman, all those things come. And then Mahaprabhu is doing Holy Vrindavan Dham, very beautiful section. Yeah. And then in the 18th chapter, Mahaprabhu's visit to Vrindavan. Here Lord travels to Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, what Mahaprabhu did, that will come in the 18th chapter, excavation of Radha Kund. So many things will come. And then the 19th chapter, Rup Shiksha will come. Yeah, correct. So, meeting of Rup Sanatan and Tramkeli, what happened between them? And, yeah. Mahaprabhu's teachings for Rupa Goswami at Dashashmedha Ghat. It will be very beautiful section. So now we have finished 16th chapter. Let's we will proceed to 17th in the next sitting. Shri Prabhupada ki, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Thank you very much.